Well, hello there. This is the 85th daily update. Is it the 85th? Make sure. Yep, it is. And yep, today's a Sunday. I'm coming in here a little late. I had essentially, I was going to church this morning, so I didn't get to, so I had to cut off my morning routine a little early to do that. And so just some updates from yesterday. Yesterday, I got a good amount of work done on Saturday, and my work really mostly focused on trying to reorganize things because I think I was having trouble after the eclipse. It kind of became clear that I need to reorganize my work habits and my personal habits for a few reasons. The first reason is I think a lot of different questions were arising that I kind of needed to deal with and to respond to and to answer. So it became increasingly important for me to incorporate writing, daily writing, into my schedule, to really give myself a chance every day to engage with these questions and try to find some resolution or solution to them. So that was the first thing that I wanted to change. Secondly, I think for my work, um, I had to change some things in terms of what kind of work I would do every day. So I think before I was devoting essentially all my work time to working on the paper, but and working on my research. But recently, I've also tried to begin to increase the amount of work that I'm doing on programming to see if, first of all, I can find something that I like to do for my programming work. That's the first thing. But the second thing, because I also wanted to build up a programming resume, sort of, so that I could apply for certain jobs with this resume later on. So so that was also another thing that I wanted to tackle. So sort of my efforts need to be sort of divided. I need to work on all the stuff that I'm doing for my graduation, for my research, but at the same time, find time to dedicate to programming and to job applications and stuff like that. So the things that I want to be doing kind of have expanded. And so I need a system to be able to tell me what I need to work on at different times. And so I was really developing this new system beginning uh, yesterday. And I think I made a lot of progress. First of all, I think I did a lot of good writing and thinking about the whole situation with my father. And I think I have sort of taken a decision to um, forgive him, I guess, um, to because I mean there are a variety of reasons. I don't want to get too much into it, but um, I think that this is the just thing to do, and it is the right thing to do. Um, but yeah, there's a whole thing there. I would rather not get into that as much, but that was one thing that I was working on that day. But then, in addition to that, I think for my um, work though, I came up with a plan or a strategy for how I want to break down my work. So I think I'll be spending an hour and a half every day working on, except for Sundays, working on my research work. So that would be time that's devoted to either working on the paper or the dissertation, or maybe work for a presentation that I have to do. But that's essentially time that's set aside uh, for research work. And then on top of that, I will try um, to spend more time every day also working on programming and trying to really get into it, into programming. And I'll also spend at least one session every day writing. So it's it's a lot right now, and really my schedule. my schedule for work isn't fully like worked out yet, because I mean, it's not very well defined or regulated. It is for work on graduation. You know, you have that time limit, the hour and a half, and I'm pretty sure that for that work, for the work that I'll do for my research, that will be work that's done at the beginning of the day, and it will be done in the library. So so that work is kind of more well defined. But then I have work on my coding and work on my writing, that I will also do. Writing, I think, is more like it doesn't need to be as consistent. It's just when I have a problem or a topic that's really, on my mind, that I want to get out on paper, or I guess on Word, that I would have the habit of doing that. Um, so that's for writing, and but I want for programming, though, that is something that I want to do every single day, and I want to spend as much time doing that as possible, because um, essentially the more time I can devote to that, the better that I can get, the more competitive my application can be if I'm actually going to start looking for other jobs and trying to apply to other jobs. So we'll see, but that's essentially where I'm at. Um, yeah, so that's pretty much it. Um, I still There's a lot about this that still needs to be worked out in terms of how exactly, I'll proceed with this. I think I am sure that I want to do the hour and a half of research work in the morning, and then after that, I'll get back to my apartment, shower, and dispose of my clothes, that from the pollen and such. Shower, shave, and get down uh, to kind of relax. And the way that I will relax is by doing a little bit of uh, programming, if that's what I want to start begin with. Do a little bit of programming, followed by uh, some reward, and continue that with programming, followed by reward, followed by programming, followed by reward, and see if over time I can build up the habits of programming and of writing, um, in the evenings, essentially after my morning work on research. So that's pretty much the plan. We'll see if we can actually implement that. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. Um, in terms of all the other stuff for socializing, I think will be. Uh, I want to essentially begin to. So I have a friend of mine who is really into dancing, actually, and he had a sort of dance, um, like a dance that he had prepared with a group, a club here, and so they presented it, and I attended, and it was a lot of fun. And I essentially want to start taking dance lessons on Thursday evenings. So that's also something that I would really like to start, um, as well. So that will be on the social side. That's something that I want to engage in, along with all the habits that I have built up for that over time. I also want to be more intentional in applying the social principles that I wrote down, um, more every day. So that's something else that I want to really try to do. So I mentioned socializing, I mentioned meaning. So that really revolves around, writing more every day. I mentioned work, and then the last thing is exercise. And I think for exercise, we're still building up slowly to the 6 miles every day, with 3 exercises and 2 ab workouts. Or actually, I think 1 ab workout is sufficient. Uh, and then we can maybe increase it a little bit in the future. But that's essentially what we're building up to. And we'll do that at the standard pace, where we are increasing just a little bit every single day. So yeah, so that's it. So I think for my work for research or graduation, I'll be doing the hour and a half of work, and there I will try to follow the habits that I have already built up in terms of work in the library. So I essentially go, sit down, time myself, do as much work as I can, and then after I kind of get tired, I can take a break, go to another place in the library, relax, regroup, and then come back to do work. And I'll keep doing that till we finish the hour and a half of work that I have to do um, for the day. And then afterwards, I will go back home. And then at home, I will adopt a different policy. So essentially, for programming and for work for writing, I will only work for 2 minute increments followed by a reward. So the idea is that, especially at first, maybe for the first week or two, all I'm doing is I'm probably not really accomplishing a ton in terms of actual output, but I'm growing the habit of doing programming at home, or of working on the or writing at home. So that's something that I want to essentially do. Um, so right, that's actually, we can even standardize it. We can say that for programming, I want to do three sessions of 2 minutes um, at home every day. And I think if I'm doing three sessions of 2 minutes every single day, I think that will be a good foundation basis that I can build upon in terms of getting better at programming. Um, and right, so that's going to be that. So yeah, so we'll try it, and we'll see if we need to change anything. And this is all pretty flexible, so I will adjust um, to to do to improve however I need to improve. Um, but yeah, this is just to get me started. So that's pretty much it. Um, yeah, that was a lot of information, and it was kind of I really need to plan a little more of these talks, because I feel like it was very disjointed and just scattered. Um, but I hope that that gives you an idea of where I'm at right now and the plan that I have for moving forward. So that's it. So I'll end here, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.